Japan is home to the world's largest adult entertainment industry, with an estimated value of over $25 billion annually. However, there's another side of Japan that you may not have imagined, a country with women-only train cars to prevent harassment, where people eat live octopus, and where thousands of naked men charge into each other in a frenzied race for good fortune. Here, modern women are gradually changing roles, increasingly marrying foreigners, and the cost of living may not be as expensive as many often assume. Japan is also widely known for its unique blend of millennial-old traditions and cutting-edge technology, yet it harbors many lesser-known facets. In this video, I'll take you to Japan, where you'll witness bizarre and fascinating things found only in this country. Stay with me until the end of the video. Some things will truly surprise you. And, as always, if you find this video valuable, turn on the notification bell. We look forward to chatting with you in upcoming videos. Japan is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a geologically complex region with more than 100 active volcanoes. Each year, the country experiences around 1,500 earthquakes, significantly affecting both its economy and the daily lives of its people. Despite this, Japan remains a leading global power in terms of economy and military. Interestingly, this very geological activity contributes to the creation of majestic and unique natural landscapes. Japan is an archipelago consisting of over 6,800 islands, with 4 main islands, Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku, accounting for 97% of its total land area. The terrain is predominantly mountainous and volcanic, with the most iconic landmark being Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji, the highest peak in Japan at 3,776 meters, is a UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site and a significant spiritual symbol, often referred to by locals as the Mountain of the Gods. With a population of approximately 125 million people, Japan ranks 11th in the world by population. Notably, it is the fastest-aging nation globally, with nearly 30% of its population aged over 65, posing significant challenges in labor and healthcare. However, this also correlates with another fact. Japan has the highest average life expectancy in the world, reaching 85 years, well above the global average of 73. The secret behind this exceptional health and longevity lies in several core factors. The Japanese diet is both healthy and refined, following the principle of hara hachi bu, eating until 80% full, which helps ease the burden on the digestive system. Their meals are rich in seafood, seaweed, soy products, and green tea, all of which are nutrient-dense and anti-aging. In addition, daily physical activity and a mindful lifestyle, such as regular walking, are essential components. Raising children is challenging due to high costs, which is one reason for the low birth rate, a significant national concern. Japan is facing a demographic crisis, with a population projected to decline from 128 million in 2010 to 87 million by 2060. The government has focused on policies to support families, such as financial subsidies and improvements in childcare services, to address this issue. It is also worth noting that this situation, along with a cultural attitude of restraint, limited education, and the lack of open discussion about adult entertainment, has contributed to the rapid growth of a multi-billion-dollar industry in Japan. Japan's adult entertainment industry is vast in scale, producing an estimated 5,000 to 6,000 forms of adult content each year. The history of this industry can be traced back to ancient artistic expressions and saw significant growth in the 1980s, thanks to technological advancements and social changes. Several factors have contributed to this development, including Japan's unique socio-cultural context and its distinct legal regulations concerning adult content. The industry offers a wide range of adult entertainment formats. However, it has also been the subject of much ethical controversy, particularly regarding issues of participant consent. To address these concerns and protect those working within the industry, the Japanese government enacted the Act on Prevention and Relief for Victims of Participation in Adult Videos in 2022. This law introduced new provisions aimed at ensuring the rights and voluntary participation of performers. Japanese is the official language of the country. Interestingly, the Japanese use 3 writing systems simultaneously: kanji, hiragana, and katakana. This complexity makes Japanese one of the most difficult languages to learn in the world. However, thanks to the strong global appeal of anime, manga, and unique pop culture, Japanese is now one of the most widely studied languages around the globe. Despite many admirable qualities, Japan still faces serious social issues. The suicide rate in Japan is relatively high, and the phenomenon of karoshi, death from overwork, is a painful and pressing problem. The intense pressure of work has led many Japanese people to consider suicide. To protect workers' health and lives, the government has implemented laws to prohibit excessive overtime. However, Japan also has stories of kindness and suicide prevention, such as the story of a man who spent 19 years walking around a famous cliff, known as a suicide spot, saving nearly 800 people simply by talking to them and inviting them to his home. The culture of apology in Japan is another distinctive feature, not just a verbal expression but a formal ritual, sometimes requiring personal sacrifice, such as shaving one's head in serious cases. Alongside its majestic natural landscapes, Japan's hot spring, onsen system, with more than 27,000 natural springs across the country, is a symbol of relaxation and connection with nature. Bathing in an onsen not only helps relax the body but is also considered a way to cleanse the soul, making it an essential part of daily Japanese life. Japan is one of the safest countries in the world, with an extremely low crime rate. This is evident in the fact that children can go to school or take the subway alone without safety concerns. Punctuality is a vital aspect of Japanese culture. The legendary Shinkansen trains, a symbol of precision, have an average delay of only 1.6 minutes per trip, a feat unmatched by any other country. The culture of myaku, avoiding causing inconvenience to others, is clearly reflected in the silence maintained on public transportation. Talking loudly or making phone calls on trains is considered inappropriate. We cannot fail to mention Japan's robotics industry, where the country leads the world, with over 435,000 industrial robots operating in factories as of 2024, accounting for about 10% of the global total. Japan is not only a major user but also the leading producer, supplying 45% of the world's robots. Robots are not confined to factories. They are also found in hospitals, restaurants, and even households, supporting tasks from surgery to elderly care. Japan's climate, with 4 distinct seasons, each brings its own unique beauty. The romantic pink of cherry blossoms in spring, vibrant and lively fireworks festivals under the summer sky, the brilliant and romantic red maple leaves in autumn, and finally, the enchanting snowy landscape of winter. This diversity of climate and scenery allows Japan to attract visitors year-round, with each season offering a unique and memorable experience. Japanese architecture harmoniously blends ancient traditional structures with modern architecture. Major cities like Tokyo and Osaka boast impressive skyscrapers, showcasing exceptional technological advancement. Meanwhile, historic cities such as Kyoto retain their charm with carefully preserved temples, palaces, and traditional gardens. For example, Osaka Castle, a 16th-century military fortress, is now one of the most famous landmarks in the country, with green-tiled roofs, ivory-white walls, and gleaming golden dragon motifs. The Sagano bamboo forest in Arashiyama, Kyoto, with the rustling sound of wind passing through the bamboo stalks, has been recognized as a national soundscape that needs to be preserved. Traditional Japanese architectural elements often emphasize minimalism, balance, and harmony with the surrounding environment. Japanese women have long been renowned for their elegance, neatness, and grace. From their attire and posture to every small gesture, they view personal grooming not only as a form of self-beautification but also as a way of showing respect to others, a deeply rooted cultural value passed down through generations. The meticulous attention to detail, from neatly tied hair to the subtle use of makeup and a gentle, composed voice, all exude a distinctive sense of beauty and tranquility. However, behind that graceful appearance is a powerful transformation in social roles. Today, Japanese women are steadily breaking away from traditional molds to carve their own paths in society. Over 70% of women of working age have stable jobs and are financially independent, appearing in offices, tech firms, and even holding leadership roles in major corporations. The image of the full-time housewife is no longer the standard for women here. Instead, many choose to become the masters of their own lives. Notably, Japanese women are also known for the tradition of becoming geisha. Contrary to common Western misconceptions, geisha do not sell their bodies, but rather their talents and refined companionship. They are cultural icons of a historical era. In Japan, the path to becoming a geisha is arduous and spans many years. Most geisha begin their careers between the ages of 13 and 15 as maiko, apprentice artists. They must live in communal houses, isolated from the outside world, and undergo rigorous training in dance, music, tea ceremony, and the art of conversation. Only those with true talent, iron discipline, and perseverance can become official geisha. An interesting lesser-known fact is that the first geisha in history were actually men, known as taikamochi. However, as female geisha developed more refined singing and dancing skills and attracted more male clientele, male geisha gradually became less common. The average age for women to marry in Japan is around 29 to 30 years, later than in most other Asian countries. In major cities, a 35-year-old single woman with a stable career, a love for travel, cats, and stock investments is not seen as leftover, but rather admired as a model of success. For many, marriage is a choice, not an obligation, and a life partner must be good enough to meet their high standards. Interestingly, an increasing trend shows that many modern Japanese women are attracted to foreign men. The reason is not overly complicated. They appreciate the expression of emotions, which Japanese men often lack. Many women share that their Japanese husbands even forget their wedding anniversaries, and saying "I love you" is more awkward for them than submitting a resignation letter. In contrast, Western men, particularly from the US and Europe, are often better at expressing affection, creating surprises, and most importantly listening. Statistics show that around 6,000 to 7,000 Japanese women marry foreigners each year, and this trend is on the rise, especially in large cities like Tokyo and Osaka. However, Japanese women still face social pressures and stereotypes. The notion that women should leave their jobs after getting married or having children still persists. There is a significant income gap and limited opportunities for advancement compared to men. Harassment on subway trains is also a serious issue, to the extent that many cities have established women-only train cars. Moreover, there are rules and taboos that directly affect women. They are not allowed to enter sacred sites, such as Mount Omine and Okinoshima Island, which are considered holy and reserved for men following strict purification rituals. Women are also prohibited from stepping onto sumo wrestling rings. Another legal regulation prohibits women from registering a new marriage within 3 months after a divorce. These rules highlight that, although Japan is a remarkably advanced country, certain cultural and social prejudices and gender discrimination against women still persist. We often hear that Japan is one of the most expensive countries in the world to live in, especially in major urban centers like Tokyo and Osaka. However, with smart budgeting, living here may not be as costly as many believe, and there are even some surprising aspects of expenses. Notably, the depreciation of the yen in recent years has made trips to Japan significantly more affordable, opening up more financial opportunities for tourists and those looking to settle. Housing is usually the largest expense. The rent for a one-bedroom apartment in central Tokyo can range from $1,300 to $2,500 per month, depending on the size and location. However, opting to live in suburban or neighboring areas can greatly reduce this cost, with prices ranging from only $390 to $800 per month. A casual meal at local eateries or mid-range restaurants typically costs between $6.50 and $10. A mid-range dinner for two can range from $26 to $80. Even fast food is quite affordable, at just about $5 to $7 for a combo meal. Japan's transportation system is a major plus, renowned for its efficiency, punctuality, and cleanliness. Public transit, such as trains, subways, and buses, operates with remarkable precision. For tourists, the JR Pass is a fantastic cost-saving option, priced at about $330 for 7 days, $529 for 14 days, and $615 for 21 days, allowing unlimited travel on most JR lines, including the Shinkansen. The average monthly cost of living for one person in Japan ranges from $1,500 to $3,500, including utilities like electricity, water, gas, internet, and health-related expenses such as gym memberships and dental care. While not exactly cheap, considering the quality of life, safety, convenience, and excellent services Japan offers, the living experience here is certainly worthwhile. I also want to share with you a few surprising facts about things that are legal in Japan but may be illegal elsewhere in the world, an eye-opening perspective. The national age of consent, the minimum age at which a person is considered legally competent to consent to adult activities, was 13 but was raised to 16 in 2023 to enhance the protection of children and minors. Marriage between first cousins has been completely legal since 1898, originally intended to preserve wealth and power within families, a practice once adopted by prime ministers. Japan's defamation laws differ. Damaging someone's public reputation, even if the statement is true, can still lead to a lawsuit. Unlike in the West, criteria include public sharing, revealing specific facts, and harming one's honor. There are exceptions for public interest or whistleblowing fraud. In terms of food, the hunting and consumption of whales, dolphins, seals, sea lions, and shark fins is legal. The Japanese consider this a form of respecting different cultures and do not wish to impose dietary views. Purchasing cigarettes from vending machines with a TASPO card and smoking in certain public places, especially small bars and restaurants open before April 2020, is still permitted, though indoor smoking regulations have become stricter. Japan never ceases to amaze the world with its bizarre elements that are, nonetheless, essential parts of its cultural and social life. One of them is the prevalence of love hotels, with over 20,000 love hotels across the country, generating an annual revenue of up to $40 billion, twice the entire size of Japan's famous adult entertainment industry. These hotels are remarkable not only in number but also in creativity that goes beyond imagination. Each room is a world of its own, designed with unique themes such as a sweet pink Hello Kitty room, a space shuttle, or even a classic prison where couples can roleplay as they please. Next is the booming industry of renting family members or lovers, particularly in Tokyo and other major cities. You can rent a boyfriend or girlfriend, friend, or even an entire family for social events, from introducing a partner to one's parents to attending a wedding alone. The cost for an actor's role ranges from $50 to $100 per hour. While it may sound odd, this service offers a temporary solution to emotional voids in a society where loneliness has become a national issue. There's even a professional breakup service, Wakari Sasaya, where actors are hired to stage a fake breakup, helping clients end relationships without confronting them directly, with fees reaching up to $3,500 for a well-executed scenario. With approximately 5.52 million vending machines nationwide, there is one vending machine for every 23 people in Japan. These machines are found everywhere, from train stations and street corners to remote mountaintops and quiet fields. What's remarkable is they don't just sell drinks or snacks but also unusual items like fresh eggs, rice bags, flowers, toilet paper, umbrellas, fishing bait, condoms, and even books or movies. Some machines are equipped with temperature sensors to keep food hot or cold depending on the season. The culture of sleeping in public in Amuri is another distinct aspect. In the West, napping in public may be seen as unprofessional, but in Japan, it is entirely acceptable and even viewed as a sign of dedication. Inamuri means being present while sleeping, and is seen as proof that a person has worked to the point of exhaustion. In a society that values diligence and hard work, if an employee dozes off in a meeting, colleagues and bosses are often sympathetic, understanding the dedication involved. Not limited to offices, it's common to see Japanese people napping on trains, in cafes, or even on sidewalks. Many Japanese companies have officially embraced Inamuri, with some providing nap rooms for employees to recharge. The job of Oshiya, or train pushers, is another vivid example of Japan's uniqueness. During rush hours at crowded stations like Shinjuku in Tokyo, which sees over 3.6 million passengers daily, uniformed attendants in white gloves help push passengers into already packed train cars. Though this may sound odd, it is essential for maintaining the punctuality and efficiency of Japan's train system. Japanese culture also features unique and sometimes shocking festivals found nowhere else. Take Kanamura Matsuri, the festival of the steel phallus in Kawasaki, where people parade with giant phallus statues through the streets, selling food and souvenirs inspired by genitalia. Or Hadaka Matsuri, the naked festival held in the freezing winter, where thousands of men, dressed only in traditional loincloths, scramble for a sacred object believed to bring blessings to whoever touches it. As for cuisine, aside from refined dishes like sushi and sashimi, there are more daring foods like fugu, pufferfish, a dangerously poisonous dish if not prepared correctly, served only by specially licensed chefs, or basashi, raw horse meat, popular in certain regions. Japan even offers uniquely flavored ice creams like ramen, beer, barbecue squid, or horse meat. You can also experience unique services at upscale restaurants, such as Nyote Mori and Nantamori. This involves serving high-end sushi or sashimi artistically arranged directly on a model's body. If the model is female, it is called Nyote Mori. If male, it is Nantamori. Prices range from $500 to $15,500, depending on the venue and exclusivity. However, these practices have sparked intense ethical debates. Let me share with you some taboo behaviors and distinctive social customs, so you can have a smooth trip and wonderful experiences when visiting Japan. In Japan, tipping is not practiced and is considered rude, as it implies that you are belittling their service. Tattoos are often associated with the Yakuza Mafia and are banned in many public places, such as hot springs and gyms. Japanese people don't naturally offer their seats to the elderly on public transport, as there are designated priority areas, and voluntarily giving up a seat may make the recipient feel discriminated against. People tend to avoid the numbers 4 and 9, as the number 4 is pronounced similarly to death, and 9 sounds like suffering. This leads to avoiding gifts associated with these numbers, as well as items like combs, kushi, images of foxes, glassware, sharp objects, chrysanthemums, and camellias, commonly used in funerals. Not crossing your legs in public is a basic etiquette rule. Avoiding physical contact without permission shows respect for personal space. Always taking off your shoes when entering a home is a traditional custom to maintain cleanliness and show respect to the host. Eating while walking on the street, passing food directly from chopsticks to chopsticks, or sticking chopsticks vertically into a bowl of rice are all considered inappropriate, as they resemble funeral rituals. Whistling at night is also frowned upon, as folklore says it may attract snakes or evil spirits. Of course, learning the language, Japanese, and understanding visa regulations are essential if you truly want to integrate and explore the country more deeply. For tourists, Japan has introduced e-visas for many countries, making the visa application process fast and convenient. Tourist visas typically allow stays from 15 to 30 days. For longer stays, there is the Designated Activities Visa, also known as the Long-Term Stay Visa for tourism and leisure. This visa allows visitors to stay in Japan for up to 6 months, with a possible extension for another 6 months. Applicants must be 18 years or older and prove they have savings of over 30 million yen, approximately $200,000. The application process usually involves obtaining a certificate of eligibility from the Regional Immigration Bureau of Japan, followed by submitting a visa application at the relevant Japanese embassy or consulate. If this information has sparked your curiosity and inspired you, don't hesitate to learn more about this amazing country. Start planning your trip to experience it for yourself, or simply share your thoughts about Japan in the comments section. Thank you for joining us in this video. See you in the next one, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.